I have been trying to lose weight for the past 20 years. I've had moments where I start weight loss journeys and I stop. And there are some weight loss journeys that have been successful and some that were not successful. The one that I can remember that was not successful was when I was still doing my PhD and I was consistently in the lab and full of stress. I was gaining weight. I'm telling you, each and every month I had to buy new clothes because the clothes that I had the previous month were not fitting anymore. And I had lost such self-esteem, even doing presentation was just so hard. I constantly have to pull my shirt. I feel so uncomfortable and I have, zero confidence. And I knew that I had to make a change. So I decided to ask my friend if she can run with me. I had not changed my diet back then, and my diet back then basically consisted of pizzas, ice cream, and sodas, and it was really bad. Because I thought I didn't have time to cook, I didn't have time to do anything really besides be in the lab and go home and eat and sleep. Be in the lab, go home, eat and sleep. So my lifestyle was totally just not in a good space, and it was getting to me. So my friend and I started jogging in the afternoon. So we'd go out and we'd go jog. And that lasted for about 2 weeks before I started having excuses that I have a presentation. I cannot go out to jog because I need to work on this experiment and I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to do this. And it was so tough for me. Because what ended up happening is that after making excuses for a week, it ended up being another week and then another week. And then I stopped altogether. After 6 months, I had gained another 5 kilograms, and over a year and a half, I gained about 30 Ks, something like that. But it was really, really bad. But then there was another experience that later on, I think I had completed my PhD at that time. I was in a better state of mind at that time. I then decided that I can't do this alone. I'm going to go and look for a personal trainer. And in that experience, I lost, in a matter of 4 months, I lost about 20 kilograms of weight. And that was the best achievement. So let me tell you how I did it. So the first thing I did when I lost the weight is I made a decision that it's all on me. I am the one that got me to gain all that weight. I was the one eating those pizzas, ordering those pizzas, eating that ice cream. And I was the one just sitting and watching series and not working out or doing anything and just feeling depressed all the time and having a cycle and buying clothes that were of a looser fit because I didn't want people to see my body as it was getting big. And I was the one that was also constantly buying clothes when the other clothes did not fit me. Instead of fixing the problem, I was just dealing with the symptoms. So I knew that the only one that could make the changes in order to me to lose the weight was me, nobody else. And as much as that was daunting, it was also very empowering because that meant that I could take the action, that I had the power. I put the power back on me. So don't for 1 second think that you need someone. Yes, I had a personal trainer, but that personal trainer could not be with me 24/7. I had to make the food choices myself. I had to make sure that I drag myself to the gym. I could text him and say, I'm not coming. But I had to make sure I drag myself to the gym and I work out and I drink that water. So first thing I learned, number one, is it's all on you. Take accountability for your dreams. Take accountability for your goals. The second part, I made notes, guys. So if I keep on looking down, know that it's me. I'm looking at the notes that I made in order to keep my mind in track. The second the second thing that I did that helped me lose weight the first time around was I committed to routine and I stuck to it. And so I had to meet my trainer 3 times a week, and we had a scheduled workout. He would tell me the week before, this is what we're doing on this day, etc., etc. So I knew that no matter what, even if I was busy at the lab, I was going to go to gym in between my experiments and I was going to do the work, because at that time at 6:30, I have to be at the gym doing this. And no matter what, even when I it was eating, I would eat at certain times, not just at any time. I sit at eat at certain times, cut off food at certain times, and I would consistently do that, not just once, not twice. And it was not something, there was no, I refused to have any excuses. It was that rigid timetable that I put on myself, because I had to have a system to make sure that I achieve my goal. The third thing I did, acknowledging that waiting doesn't work. Waiting only wastes time. If you say you're going to lose weight and you decide that I am going to wait until everything is good, until I have the money, until I have the time, it's not going to happen. When I went to the gym, I was not even looking for a good personal trainer. I was just looking for an accountability partner. So even if the person was bad, I was going to take him. And I told myself, I'm going to pay this person and I'm starting tomorrow. I'm going to meet this person today, draft a contract with them today, and pay them today so that tomorrow I start. I did not even have sneakers to go to gym with at the time. But I was not going to wait until I have money to go buy. I was going to take whatever I have and go to gym and work out. I only had one track pant, but I was going to go because that was the goal. Number 4 is that I started using my pain in order to drive my discipline, as a driving force. Before I went to the personal trainer, I had started experiencing back pains and my bra was not fitting well. It was basically just making sores on my skin, man. The wires were just always just going into my skin, and I found myself also, my confidence was going down. So my experience was just, my quality of life was just not in a good place. So I decided to use that as my driving force. I did not want to have back pains anymore. I wanted to sleep and have a good night's rest, and enjoy life, and have clothes that are well fitting, and not have to hide behind everyone because I'm scared. I look like I'm blowing up balloon or something. So that was number 4. Number 5 is that I started eliminating excuses. First was, I didn't want to ever say that I can't go to gym because I'm working. And secondly, I didn't want the excuse of, I don't like eating fish. I don't like the taste of sweet potatoes. When I could add spice or whatever, I would squeeze lemon in order to make it at least bearable to me. But I got recipes over time that made it taste nice and make recipes that I enjoyed when it comes to eating well. Number 6 is I started removing all distractions. So everything that was distracting me, whether it was fries or chips, or it was a series that were coming out, or anything that was coming out that was new, I started removing that. I knew my sole focus, my fridge has to be completely renovated, the things that are in there. I started buying fruit, grapefruit, etc. I started being conscious about what I put in my mouth and how my day goes and how I move and how much I move. And that was just part of me removing any distractions that will disturb me from getting to my goal. Number 7 was, hey, I really started reminding myself of the end goal. So every single week, I would weigh myself and see what my progress is. So it wasn't just enough for me to set my eyes on the finish line. So I have this saying that whenever you have a goal, first define what your finish line is. See it, visualize it, and constantly think about it. Constantly focus on it. Don't forget about the fact that you have a goal and you have a finish line. Don't be distracted about the things that are happening right now. Because if they are not going towards your finish line, they are not something that you should be prioritizing. Your priority is your finish line. Because even when you have athletes running, if those athletes are in a, let's say in an Olympics a competition, and they have 800 meters to run, if Usain Bolt looks at the crowd cheering at him and not focus on his finish line, or he looks at what other people are doing and not focus on the finish line, chances are he's not going to finish first, because he's going to be slowed down by all these distractions around him. Be Usain Bolt in your own goal and focus on the finish line, and always look at the progress. And don't be distracted by it. In when I was in this example of mine of when I was losing weight with my personal trainer, we had this thing of every single Friday I go and I weigh myself. And there were times where it was disappointing and I didn't lose anything. And there were times where I actually gained something. And for us, it was not about the number. It was about, what do we do next? For us, the scale was information. This is where we're going now. This is what we're doing now. What did we do? Where did we go wrong? Or what can we do better? Because sometimes it's not just you doing something wrong, it's your body compensating, because you have now started being in a caloric deficit consistently. So it has to kind of recover. It's how our bodies work, unfortunately. But you cannot know what's happening in your body if you're not measuring it. So we have to measure it. If you don't like scales, there's the measuring tape. And that's how I'm going to be measuring my own progress in this time that I am in this journey that I'm in right now at this moment. And yeah, so guys, that is all that I have to say today. Stay tuned for my videos, as I am committed to even post as much as every day. Some will be faceless, some will be me talking to you. But I really, really implore you to look, to take yourself seriously. You know, you deserve all these desires that you have. You deserve them, to have them in your life. I deserve them to have them in my life. And I hope that you achieve them. In 2025, it's our year, it's our era to achieve our goals and be the best versions of ourselves. Until next time, guys, cheers.